Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Cyrus. So, I was just wondering if you've ever heard of chemtrails. The idea is that the trails of white that is left in the sky after an airplane or some sort of aircraft zooms across the sky, that they have some sort of chemical that is either modifying the weather or controlling people with some sort of mind control technique. Some say that it's chemicals to either dumb us down or control us, but what if it was to modify the weather? This week I learned that weather modification is indeed real, and I'm going to share exactly how with you. I hope your mind is as blown as mine was. So, weather modification has actually been around since the 1950s. Cloud seeding is the technique that they use. They pump silver iodide into the clouds to create precipitation. Countries with high precipitation like the US, China, Russia, and India use weather modification. It's been said that China actually does this in Beijing to clean the air. From 1947 to 1952, General Electric launched Project Cirrus to modify the weather. They tried to seed hurricanes and also create snowstorms. The United Arab Emirates have been using cloud seeding since the 2000s using magnesium, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and other materials. Apparently, silver iodide does not have any known effects on people except it might turn your skin yellow after exposure. The government started Project Storm Fury to seed storms, to seed the walls of tropical cyclones, to weaken them. This was from 1962 to 1983. In 1958, they decided that they were going to use soot instead. There have been weather modification research come out from places like MIT, Berkeley, and multiple random companies across the United States. Listen to this. Farmers actually used hail cannons to make the hail stop. Some people have tried to find various ways to stop hurricanes, tornadoes, and cyclones. The NOAA literally published a page about weather modification. It was called How to Stop a Hurricane. They had some excellent ideas, such as pouring liquid nitrogen into the ocean, using lasers to stop the lightning, and using soot to absorb sunlight. In 2017, they tried to use cryogenic lasers to cool the first millimeter of water. Also, I read in a few places that they're thinking about making very large wind turbines and just plopping them in the ocean, and apparently that's supposed to stop a hurricane. In 1967 to 1972, during the Vietnam War, Project Popeye was launched to prolong the monsoon. I even read in places that weather warfare has been thought about and researched. Imagine the United States government being able to just like control lightning or a tornado or a tsunami because like the nuclear power isn't bad enough. Another method of weather modification is carbon dioxide removal. The idea is to remove all of the man-related CO2 from the atmosphere. It can actually be implemented on land or on the ocean. Solar radiation modification is meant to slow down global warming. It's meant to slow down global warming by deflecting sun rays from the Earth's surface. It is meant to complement the CO2 removal. The most common method is stratospheric aerosol injection, where they use small deflective particles to deflect the sunlight. Glacial geoengineering is said to stop the ice from melting as quickly as it is and to hopefully restore our ice caps. Several different techniques have been thought of, such as cloud thinning to allow more heat to escape, the solar radiation modification, and use structures to stabilize the ice. Marine cloud engineering is used to make stratus-cumulus clouds over the ocean brighter to reflect light. Along with all of the other climate change interventions, it is meant to slow down global warming. Now, with all of this being said, obviously there are plenty of conspiracies. Hurricanes, rain, droughts, earthquakes, A lot of big events, devastating events, allegedly have been proposed to be connected to weather modification. The California drought from 2011 to 2017 was blamed on chemtrails. HARP is apparently a secret weather controlling company. Some people think that the Nexstar Doppler radar was actually created to control hurricanes. Others think that geoengineering actually is making the weather worse. And of course, I saved the most popular theory for last. A couple of times you have heard me mention chemtrails, so let me just dive into what they are. So in 1966, the US Air Force actually released a document that literally said chemtrails, and that is where it all started to come from. It started spreading and word got around and questions started being raised. Here we are in the year of 2025 still talking about chemtrails. This actually spread so much that the EPA and the FAA released documents talking about how chemtrails do not exist. It was revised in 2015, so obviously it is still something that multiple people talk about. There has been petitions and laws passed to stop chemtrails. There's also been research and thousands of websites. So if you thought this was as interesting as I did, I'm glad you stayed until the end of the video. Go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you, and I will see you next.